Hello my hosts, and welcome to my stream. Today we will be streaming some more Kerbal Space program. In our previous stream, we managed to unlock the grabby claws. So that will let us grab hold of our spacecraft and fly it in and move it into out of the Mun orbit and into re-entry. Now I'm just waiting for the game to load up, which is what it's doing in the background, so we can sit here and chat a little bit, I suspect, while that happens. Now, I have been having a good week today. On Saturday, I managed to post a video. Here we go. Okay, let's get into the game and I'll tell you about my week after that. Yep. So, on Saturday, managed to fire up a cool little video on the anime Arafura, which actually has been going very well. So I am quite happy that my review was well received. Okay, this is the ship that I used to fly into the fulfill one of those contracts. As I said, it uses using bad parts, but since it had a lot of power on it, and we're going to do this, I'm going to modify this to be our rescue ship. So we got the mechanical parts, I think, cargo, science, utility, robotics is, where is grabber, coupling, okay, advanced grabbing unit junior. I think we want the big one. Oh, no we don't. There we go. Now, we are going to need on here is, as well as these solar panels, we're going to be able to maneuver this ship into the correct orbit. So we're going to need one of them and fuel for it. Fuel tanks, command and control, structural, fuel tanks. Don't know if the fuel drain valve is that useful. Might be useful on aircraft, but we still don't have inline monopropellant tanks, so gotta go for that. Get those nice and balanced. And these ones. Can we attach them here? Yes, we can. Might actually want the bigger ones. Right. Finally, we're going to need... Now this, I think, is an illegal part, isn't it? So if we go to engines... Engines, pods, engines... Yeah, it's no longer there, so get rid of that. Now, what's the Terrier? That's the one that's got the most oomph. And yeah, I want to keep it like that. But we don't need that widening, do we, anymore? Let's actually, what we can do is put that there. Put you here. Don't need that. We can get the smaller decoupler. Here we go. Not that one. Right. And on here we can stick control X. We can stick line with those. There we go there. So next thing we can do is we can fix up the problem we were having with launching this behemoth. Take off these boosters. Oh, gonna have to take those off as well. Gonna have to swap out for what's our biggest thrust to weight ratio. So it's because that's got the best well, does it have the best ISP? Yeah, it has the best ISP, but we don't want that. What we want is the best thrust to weight ratio. So thrust, yep, the Reliant has the best thrust to weight ratio. Oh, what's this? And we'll also have that's not quite right. Yeah. That looks very wrong. So That's better. Now, if I go here, you probably see that we've got a dreadful thrust to weight ratio. So what we do is remove these fuel tanks until it improves. You're not recalculating for us. Because that doesn't look right. Oh, okay, it is right. Oh, there we go. So, right. That tells me that these big thick ones aren't suitable for these little engines. So we're going to swap out. Hello, Bully. Bully. How are you today? Because I am quite well. And I'm going to swap in just the smaller ones. And then we get our engines. This is the current best one. Excellent. I love to hear that people are doing well. And we'll get our fuel cross pumps to pump in from one to the other, which for some reason is in fuel tanks. Go up there. Get you back onto there. And then we will keep adding fuel until... Oh, wrong one. Keep adding fuel until the thrust to weight ratio is very close to 1. That's getting close. That's it. Now we can stick a nose cone on the top of this from aerodynamics. The little nose cone. And some struts to create support. So what I'm doing is I'm building a rocket to rescue another craft that is stuck up in space, and it's basically an automated spaceship with a grabby arm on the front, and the idea is we're going to rendezvous with it, and then with the rendezvoused craft we will be making a rendezvoused craft. We will be using that to push it out of the orbit. So call this one grabby claw press. Okay. Save that. Now I'm going to leave here for a moment. And I'm going to check if there are any contracts. Because if there's something that we can do at the same time... Surface outpost... Orbital station... No. This one's tempting. It will depend on how much fuel we've got left. So, now that we have our rescue craft built, and how much Delta V have we got in total? Yeah, we've got plenty. Let's see if we can get this to fly, meet up, and deploy. Put you here. Okay, let's check our staging. Main thrusts there. Splits off there. Second stage burns there. Splits off there. Add burn there. Splits off, and that's the final reorbiting burn. It's got about 700. If this fails, I'll have to do a bit more. I'll have to increase that load there. So, save. Go for a launch. Bend down and grab my joystick. Right. Activate the deployment. Activate that automatic system there. Controls powering up. Okay. Let's go for the launch. Oh dear. That is the problem. If the thrust rate ratio is very close to being equal, when you launch, you tend to drift like that. Okay. Right flight. Convert to vehicle assembly. Did I add something here? No. So what we're going to do is take those off for a second. Add more coupling. So these ones, for these ones, give us a bit more space. Do it up there, I think. Switch to two things. And gonna stick on a pair of solid fuel boosters. What will that do is give us just a little bit of momentum when we are launching, to improve our stability. So put those through there. Now that gives us 1.5, which is quite good. And arrow again. To utility. Where is utility? No, we don't have the big parachutes yet. We can put those small caps in there. Yep. So we come in here like that, like that, like that. Oop. It's being a pain again. It's one of those things. There. That didn't work. Yep. Okay. Just one last cross strut. Hi 4Pi GM. I'm going good today and I hope you are as well. And we can get the those here. Save. Oh, go for a launch. Okay. Adjust my thing. Right. Let's go for the launch. That's much improved. This one's going straight up. Roll back a bit. And go up. And gaining velocity at a reasonable rate. Unlike the predecessor of this design, we actually want to... It's not just totally about gaining velocity. This one is about trying to achieve a proper orbit. So we'll go into a nice gravity turn, keeping our launch nice and steady. Oh, we want to try and get back to the 90 degrees. So just ease up. Yeah. And up we go. Yeah, this looks like it is going quite well. It's good. Hopefully I am not being too aggressive. Oh no. It did that. I often do that. Okay. Now, oh. Let's pull you up a bit. So we basically got to expand out the thing and recircularize. Okay. So for our recircularization now, getting ourselves up to orbital velocity. You look at this field down here. Let's see that it is coming up quite nicely. Okay. And we're going into here. Right. So this will give us our last little bit of a push. And coming in to our recircularization. So let's have a look at the thing. Getting right on that dot now. There we go. It's nicely expanding. Shut it down. Excellent. So we have a nice orbit. And we can start planning on our next thing. Actually, go back here. Because it's fun. We can deploy our antennas. Groups. We didn't actually put them on the thing, so custom set 2. And we'll go toggle antenna there. Alright, let's try that again. Expand the antenna. I didn't see what you said, so you don't have to be too sorry. Turn this around slightly. Around it goes. And I can't find the other antenna. There's supposed to be 3 of them. Yeah, all I saw is okay. Anyway, let's leave that behind us and try and rescue this little guy. So, go out here. And there we go. Just adjust ourselves so we meet up. And here. Alright. Now, where's the... Now we have to adjust ourselves so we meet up with this guy here. Oops. Not, that's too much. The other problem is that one's going the wrong direction. So we've got to adjust ourselves. A little more. Oh. There we go, trying to get ourselves in a good... Oops, daisy. A good meet up, so it's going in same direction and on the same plane. There we go. And that's... There we go. That's all nice and done. And we'll have good budget for the meetup. So let's get our spaceship adjusted so it's pointing in the right direction for the burn. It's going to be a 1 minute burn, which is quite long. Oops, overshoot a bit. Anyway, it's going to be a 1 minute burn. And it'll need a stage in the middle of it. That should be pretty good. There we go here. No, don't do that. Don't drift off your target. Get back there. Right. Now let's fast forward to the burn. Okay. Now, I'm going to say wait until it's about 30 seconds and then we start our burn. 46, 40, 39, slight adjustment here, then burn. Okay. And we've got the final burning through. Okay. Oh dear. I don't want to use that final amount of fuel. Yeah. Oh, that should be enough. This engine's very efficient. And it has a big tank on the end of it. Okay. Right. And up. There we go. Check that thing. It's not wanted. Let's just adjust because I think we overshot slightly. Oop. No, we undershot. Oop. Toot-toot. Why do you keep just getting you in line now? Just adjust a bit more. All done. Okay. Maneuver to bring us back into a orbit. That'd be fine. So we have going here. We'll mark that as the target because that's our next target. Oh, that's good. We'll have a nice meet-up as well. So, fast forward. Our little probe. Make its way in. Right. Double check the fuel. Got a strong signal. I've got a minute. To go. And so, minute, 2 minutes. So I'm going to wait until there's a minute. we'll start to fly our vessel. There we go. Full thrust. And we'll come into orbit of the main into orbit of the moon. Hopefully we'll have enough fuel left over to push ourselves back into the right orbit. Oh! So, yep, we are now in orbit. We are coming up to... Here we go. Going up to the... getting into a nice stable orbit next to our friend. Here we go. Oh. And kill off everything like that. Right. And what I want to do, target, is actually I want to cancel our relative velocity. With our target. So that'll help us get in close. I am concerned that we won't have enough fuel left. Also, this thing seems to be a bit unbalanced. So it's a bit of a fight to fly it. Here we go. Okay. Uh, 45. Can go here. I can go around a couple of orbits. That. That made it worse. Okay. I'm just going to let it get worse until it gets better. I think that'll happen. Yeah, because I don't want to spend too much fuel. So eventually these will start getting closer again. Because they'll just go around the clock. See? Now they're getting closer again. So we're catching up. Just have better patience. And up. And here we go. Hold on. There's a really... Yeah, that's what we want. So... up to there. And then match velocities. And adjust ourselves to make a actually what we can do is oopsie daisy. Right. Enable that. Docking mode. And can use the RCS to fix ourselves up. It's not too bad to feel good. There we go. Excellent. That's going to come into 300 meters close. So we can move over here. Daisy, where is? Oh, this is quite nice. Okay, so control from there. Now we can adjust our I get what you mean. Okay, so we are going to bump into each other very shortly. The difference between a collision and a docking is consent and paperwork and insurance paperwork. I suspect that docking with me, like these two spaceships are about to do, is what you're currently interested in, 4Pi GM. Do I have the... No, that's not. Got to fix the controls a bit. There we go. Going to... slow ourselves down slightly, just to give us a bit more room. Okay. Don't do that. Just easing ourselves closer and closer to the target. Just fast forward ourselves slightly. Get ourselves, say, 100 meters out. Slight adjustments. Basically, we want all three of these little indicators on our nav ball to all line up. And then we will be able... Okay, it's armed. Everything's ready. Fast forward a little bit more. Adjust. Fast forward slightly. Adjust. You can be serious if you want. And just come in. Boom, boom. And we've docked. Yes, I do want you to be serious. No. Don't think I can transfer fuel. Can't transfer fuel. Okay, so next thing we can do, just make sure that we don't lose the I'm going to save it now since we've made a save that game. Since we've managed to dock ourselves. Okay, I'm just going to check things. So, explore the Mun. Beautiful, synchronized, free-falling isn't nearly as daunting as it sounds. Yeah, that's rewarding us for the rendezvous. Our exploration of the Mun was successful, but who knows what other secrets it holds. We got some money from that. Excellent. We have performed a rendezvous maneuver around the Mun. We've started constructing the first station around the Mun. That's not true. We've performed a docking maneuver on the Mun. Yes, we have. Okay. Now, I think we go here. No, we don't want to jettison the heat shield. We decouple this, or enable cross feed. We can decouple this now. We are doing that, so we are more in line with the center of gravity. So we say control from here. And we have 560 units of delta V, which hopefully will be enough to get us back. And where is that going? Oh, that gets us to escape velocity. That's not what we want. Okay, let's go out that way. Alright. We are adjusting ourselves to get this down below the atmosphere. And we can just go a little bit more. And we can ourselves out of the predicament we've been working on. Oopsie daisy. We don't want. It's a bit too much. Just fine tuning ourselves. And about 40. Just take those off for the time being. Yep, it's a bit easier to read. So we want this down to be about 40. Yep. 50. 48, just a little bit more, 40. Yep, excellent. And we've got plenty of fuel to do that. So we can now change our angle to get there. The only problem is we're going to be a little bit okay. It's going to be a little bit off center when we do this, but who cares? I do actually, because we'll have some problems with it drifting, but should be fine. We have enough fuel. Okay, just get you up there and maneuver, and we now being manually piloted, so we don't have to care about if we can't contact the mun. Okay. And this little grabby arm is really useful. All that work over the past month has been worth it. Because soon, Jebediah is going to be able to go home. Oh, 13. Okay. And we go down. Go down. Let's double check. Ah. So we've overcooked ourselves a bit, which sometimes happens. We'll just fix this up. We want to be about 40 k's up, as I've been saying. And there we go. Yes, nice. Right. So, let's save ourselves here. Right. And we'll detach the grabby arm. Yeah, we'll attach the grabby arm. Flick over to this guy. Also, I want to just change the staging slightly. So I don't want to detach the heat shield quite then. And we can fast forward till we do our re-entry. So I think we can fast forward to there. If we can't, we'll reload from the old one. Oh, oh dear. It's that button. Or that button. Cancel the auto warp. Switch to... Oh. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Space Center. Sometimes I make little mistakes. That's why we have saves, so we can get out of those little mistakes if they become really bad. Okay. Protocol rescue for one visitor. Here we go. Now, hopefully, we will have the situation where we have the correct alignment when we come in for entry. Okay. go. There we go. Decelerating. I am concerned. I am concerned. Come on, you can do it. Slow down. Don't burn up. Okay. That's fine. We're going nice and fine. Yep. Okay. Right. So we're coming into a landing. Yep. Nope. We're accelerating up. We're going to come in close to that desert airfield thing. Okay. We are descending again. So here we go. Our main concern is slowing down enough to be able to deploy main chutes, because this one had a very small... This one's built before we had the drogue chutes, but hopefully we will have enough. Hopefully it's small enough that we will decelerate to a safe speed. And about 2 kilometers per hour, 2 kilometers per second at the moment. And I'm getting more compression heating, just because we're dropping it further into the atmosphere. Now, pulling about a G in deceleration, which is a good sign. Okay, coming up on 2 Gs. Dropping below a kilometer per second now, so we'll soon lose that heating, compression heating, and we might be ready for deployment very shortly. Come on. Ah, excellent. Yes. Okay, parachutes armed and deployed. Glad. I'm really glad that it's happening. Yay! We're coming back home. Successful landing. Well, successful... Oh, look. And there's the desert landing strip, which we have just discovered. So... Now we're coming back down very nicely. So our guys will be able to be recovered quite easily now. And down we come. Main chute deployed. Down to 6 meters a second. Just do a little bit of fast forwarding here. And nice soft touchdown. You deserved it, Jeb. You've had a very long mission, a lot of work, and you deserve all the effort you can get and all the relaxation and probably extensive medical care because your bones have decayed by being in orbit for so long. So, actually, going to on an EVA because EVA report and get a surface sample because we haven't been to the desert before. Lots of sand and rocks here. You're thankful that you've been in a climate controlled environment because it sure looks hot out there. The sand is dry and loose and looks like it's going to take some effort to clean your gear up. Let's keep that experiment. So, let's get you back on board. Can I actually get back on board? Doesn't matter. We'll recover the vessel. Okay. We have our guy recovered. So, I'm going to get 1 point of science gathered. Recovery of vessel survived flight. Parts, parachute and the jump jet, and he's gained 3 XP. Excellent. But what we really want to do, go to the tracking station, one visitor, go to recover. Yes, I do. So, EVA, Munstone analysis, mystery goo, atmospheric pressure scan, recovery of a vessel returned from the surface of the Mun. You've got the parts back and no crew. But if we now look at our contracts, we've fulfilled the bring a Munstone back with you contract. And we look at our main page. Oops. 267 Science points, which we might be able to use, which we can use to unlock some more goodies. The next goodie I want to go up to is the nuclear propulsion. So, heavy rockets. And all of these nice ones as well. So we can grab that. That. 87. Can't unlock anything on this level. Can't unlock anything on this level either. But we are progressing towards our next target. And we will continue towards that. What's this? Cargo, repair. We will continue towards that very shortly, actually in our next stream, because I think we are at the right point to save and go on to save and end the stream here, I think. So thank you everybody for a good stream, and I'm quite happy that we had some fun together. I'm going to give my legs a stretch and see you all for the next stream. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.